basil cardstock, and now I just want to add a couple little stamped words. So I'm going to position my clear stamp. I'm using some Heidi Swap clear word stamps that I love and find lots of reasons to use. And I'm going to position that right on there and apply even pressure and just rock it a little bit in all 4 directions to make sure that I get a nice clean image. I'm going to add the forever here, so it's going to say adore forever. Tapping it down, making sure that I've got nice even coverage. And let's see. There you go. All right, now one thing that I love to do after I stamp my images is I take a gray platinum pen and I like to give it a little bit of a shadow. So I just go in with the pen right along the edge. Oops. It's good to keep it just nice and tight to the letter. Okay, on this white piece, I wanted to add the All My Love stamp. Can you kind of see it through there? And because it's in 3 words and I wanted it more stacked on top of each other, I'm going to have to be kind of careful on how I ink it, and I'm going to show you a little trick about masking off what you don't want to show. So I've only inked the all, and see this is the scrap from the acetate sheet that we already used. And I'm going to just make sure that only the all stamps and the my stamps onto the transparency. Now I'm going to clean my stamp off just with a wet wipe. And then carefully I'm going to ink the my. Now it's darn near impossible to get just the my inked, so we'll do the best that we can. And what I'm going to do is kind of again just mask that all off using my transparency. I can see exactly where it is, so that I'm just kind of overlapping my own image as I stamp. Last one here. Carefully just going to ink the love portion. And just to make sure that there's no like excess ink on the other portion of my stamp, again I'm going to use this transparency to mask off the area and see exactly where I want it and stamp it. Perfect. I like that all consolidated. That's exactly. Okay, I'm cutting this last piece of paper to an 8 by 8.5, and then I'm going to fold it in half. We're going to be making a pocket page out of this page. We want the 8.5 to be the height and the 4 inches to be our pocket. And I'm going to quickly corner around the edges. Sorry to the cameraman. Okay, now what I'm going to do, this is the front of my pocket, this is the back of my pocket, and I'm going to want to slice from the top left corner down to the crease so that I can create a diagonal slit that will be the opening to my pocket. This is kind of what it's going to look like when we're done. All right, so again I'm going to use my trimmer, and you can kind of just eyeball where you want your, how steep you want your pocket to be. Again, if you just line up the top corner and cut to the crease. All right, now there's my slit, and I'm going to be able to tuck love letters or whatever little Valentine things I want to put in there. So to make this, what I'm going to do is take this back top part of above the slit. I'm going to glue it down. so that it attaches to the inside of my pocket. And then the slit is going to be, this is where it will tuck in on the page. Now, in order to make that stand out a little bit more, I'm going to grab a piece of my excess paper, and I'm going to make myself kind of a strip of this, and I'm going to fold it in half, or close to half. Now, if you can just envision with me, it's kind of in half. This is going to go onto this edge like this, like this. Okay, so I sanded the edges of my little strip a little bit, glued it on there. I'm going to trim off the back, straight up. And then what I need to do is glue right along the edge and the bottom so that the pocket will hold whatever I'm going to put in it. What I recommend to do is eyeball or decide where you want your holes to be, and then punch your heart separately. Then mark where you'd like them here, and using your crocodile you can punch through all of these pages at the same time and then add your heart on. So that's what we're going to do. You get your book rings in place, then you're ready to start adding photos and other embellishments. So I hope that you have a great time embellishing up and dressing your book, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you later on House of 3.